My media product represents my intended social group because of the ways I have used colour schemes, fonts, images, and feature stories, as well as other important conventions of a music magazine. Firstly, I will be looking at age in my social groups. From the start, I wanted to create a magazine that was young and fresh, as to appeal to readers from around 16 to 24 years old, which is what I wrote in my reader profile. I feel this is a good age bracket to target a magazine at, as music is incredibly important to teenagers and young adults now, therefore they are a more likely candidate to buy a new music magazine. As well as this, I wanted to create a magazine similar to the ones I enjoy reading, like NME and Kerrang! By researching their reader profiles, I noticed their main readers are also people aged around 16 to 30, and their large readership of around 3.7 readers per copy suggested that students may read them and pass them around at university. This is definitely the kind of audience I wanted to aim my magazine at. I used conventions that suited my age group, for example by advertising free posters and guitar picks. Posters are something stereotypically most teens have up in their rooms. By advertising free ones, I was deliberately trying to catch the eye of this group, instead of say 40-year-olds, who I doubt have the same enthusiasm for posters that 17-year-olds do. In terms of gender, I wanted to make it suitable for both female and male readers. This is because the genre of indie rock is not a gender specific as say heavy metal is to boys and pop is to girls. I also feel that by creating a product that both a female and male could pick up, there is a wider audience to buy the product. Although, looking at my finished product, the use of colour and female for a main image creates slightly more of a girly look. However, I do think it's still a product that men would buy too. To try and keep it gender neutral, I use feature stories that would relate to both men and women. For example, using bands like the Kooks and the Wombats, which are widely followed by both female and male fans, so I knew they would appeal to both genders. Also, by having images of both men and women on my front cover and contents page, it shows I have not focused purely on one gender. For social class, I was determined to create a product that was purely for students and young people who may not have a lot of money to go out and buy a fancy magazine. Therefore, I aimed at C1 to E, and the price of my magazine reflects that. Kerrang! Was my inspiration for the price, as it is a magazine I regularly buy. Therefore, as a student, I know it's a price other students can afford too. Kerrang! Is priced at £2.20, so I went slightly higher at £2.50. I think this is a reasonable price for the quality of my magazine and for the intended audience. Knowing my audience was of a lower class, I wanted to make the magazine simple and easy to read, as to not appear too complicated like some of the language used in magazines aimed at the upper classes, as this could put off my audience. Therefore, using feature stories like Get Luke's Look and the Wombats' new video made it clear and concise, which would attract an audience of a lower status. Looking back at the research I did before my product, I feel I have stuck to it well, as initially I wanted to target both female and male readers between 16 and 24 who are of a lower social status.